There are thousands of women on social media speaking and warning women to watch out for men. Are they correct? Absolutely. Women need to protect themselves from most men out there. Why? Because most men are predators. Most men want to use women. Of course they do. How can they not? It shows in most of their behavior. They do not know how to treat a lady. And a lot of men are going to get triggered by this. But it's absolute truth. I see time and time again, and I hear stories of what women go through with a lot of terrible men. And if there is one thing that our younger women need to do, is start listening to older women that had more experiences with men. Because you get to see that a lot of men out there are simply going to waste your time. And our grandmothers and our mothers and our aunts did not have access to this information nowadays. Those days, actually. They didn't know. They stuck around in toxic situations. They stayed with husbands that were cheating on them, lying on them. They weren't allowing them to work. They were not giving them money. They kept them hostages. Why did they keep them hostages? Because a lot of those men know that these women are faithful women. They have great services. They know these women are not going to go out cheating. They're going to make a family, have kids, protect the kids. They're not trashy women. These are women that were made to have families. And most men know that. And most men are looking for a woman that's going to be able to look after the offspring, of course. And that's what usually happens. But there is quite a lot of danger going out there for the younger generation that people do need to get warned. Because there are not a lot of quality men out there. You see, sometimes, and most of the times, as a woman gets older, she starts to understand that she's been fed a lie. That men are not that fairy tale that they've been thinking that they were. They've been conned. They thought that it would be a fairy tale, that they would get the love that they deserve from the man. But how many men out there, if we're talking in percentages, can actually be real men? How many men out there can be real providers for their family? How many men out there are torturing their women? And a lot of men are going to protest and say, but how about the woman? Look at the way she's behaving. Well, if you look in statistics and you do your research correct and you're educated and you've read a lot, and I'm not going to sit here to explain to you, but statistically, men are lower in emotional intelligence. They are lower in things like that. And what can that tell you about most men? They do not have the emotional capacity to understand what it means to be in a partnership and what it means to give love. I dare you to ask most men out there, tell me something. Why do you love me? And if their reply is not because you're a great cook, because you look after our family, because you've got big boobs, because of your services, they're not going to actually tell you anything about you, how you're this great, amazing person, how you are loving, how you're showing up, how you're respectful. You're going to get stuff to see that actually they don't even know you because they cannot articulate what they're feeling. Men have a very difficult time when it comes to defining certain emotions. I do not say that. It's in the research. It's based that the males and the females are wired differently. Women are different creatures. And unless you understand that, how men are functioning, you're never going to understand them. And I saw this video about, there was an older woman, she was warning younger women about men. And I just got it was so sad to read all of the comments by people talking about thousands of comments of what they were saying about all these women that got into relationships that didn't end up working, right? It was horrendous. Some of them said, as soon as they get old, they're going to find a teenager or a 20-year-old. I used to think older women were bitter, but I just found out the truth about men. Men are addicted to looking at other women and gaslighting us. My husband said if I get fat, he won't leave, but he's not going to be happy. And we've got some men replying, I am a man and trust me. Ladies, grab a weapon and protect yourselves. My God. That's true. Another one said, but I also want access to his body. If a man says, I will never hurt you, that means prepare yourself. Another lady, I have been in an abusive relationship with my husband. He wants sex for everything he does. It's wrong. And the lady says, get your education, make money, live alone, and get a dog and a cat. That's what usually the older women get mocked about, that they're going to end up being with cats. But singlehood is also happy with a cat or a dog, even without any animals, actually. And there's another one that says, Disney lied, hun. Do you, always do you. It's so many comments. Another lady, I was left bankrupt and with crippling mental health from narcissistic abuse. Never again will I look to build with a man. If I date again, I will have my own back and self-love first. Another one, I am embarrassed to say how many years I wasted. I'm out now and running my own marketing company and living a single life. And a lot of people are going to say that these women are traumatized. Some of them might be traumatized, but most of them can be really smart women because they know what it entails to get involved with a man that is not aligned, that does not know who they are, if a man does not know himself, if he hasn't worked on himself, or you're going to be getting a disappointment. You're going to wake up one day and realize, what was this life I just wasted? What? On what? What reason was that? And we're not saying that all men are like that, but the majority of men, they're a waste of time. Another one, my ex tried to sabotage my career to make me need him, want to need him. And another one, I wish I had this knowledge back in the day when I was still me. Another one, the lies they tell. Never ever take their word. Let them show actions. And another one, it's so sad that most fathers out there don't prepare their daughters. So their daughters end up repeating cycles of their own karma. Another one, absolutely get an education, make your own money, travel, and most importantly, love yourself. Another one, at 53, I wish some older woman had told me the truth and saved me from all the heartache. And another one, there is nothing I love more than an older woman warning me on TikTok. It's crazy, crazy. And another one says, if they say that their ex was toxic, usually it's because they caused the toxic environment and they didn't like that she objected. Absolutely, most of the times it's like that. Yeah, another one, keep your money separate and plan for your own retirement. They waste your time. And when we get old, they bounce. Yes, crazy. I am 63, stay single, work, and roommate up with another woman. Community work with other women. It's crazy. Crazy, 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 all the comments that I'm reading here. Twice in this lifetime, I've lost homes, children, loved ones, everything. I suffered with extreme PTSD, poverty, and hideout alone, trying to heal and rebuild again and again. These are actual women talking. There are very few real men out there. Just focus on yourself until the real one appears. Crazy, all of these comments that we see here. And also watch out when they accuse you. Most likely, it's what they end up doing. I was in my 30s in a terrible relationship. My sisters told me to start savings account for myself, just as you were saying. The best advice ever. Everything. Older women here, I want the best for my youngsters. She is right. Thank you for the advice. Well said, and thank you for sharing this. Crazy. All of these comments, I mean, I talk about thousands of comments, and they say, only date provider men that can take care of the bills, that they can gift you, they can respect you, and also give you money. Not that these women are gold diggers. No. Most women are not gold diggers. They're just seeking men that are providers and protectors in order to protect their children. But you see a lot of men out there are not born to be providers. They're not doing their due diligence. And a lot of men get triggered by that. Yeah. This is ridiculous. And it's really, really sad to hear all of these women that have gone through horrendous experiences with a lot of men. So ladies, you're young, you're youthful if you're young or whatever. Research who you're dealing with, if they actually respect you, if they actually love you, the actions that they take. Listen to older women, what they have been through, because they can really guide you in life and protect you not to end up like them with all of the mistakes that they have done. Because it takes a lot of years to get wisdom, and you get wisdom with age. So the people that are old, our grandmothers, our aunts, they have experience. And I'm not saying that there are no great men out there, but I can tell you the majority of people out there that are married, that have children, most of them are miserable and they're not happy. Not saying that all of them are, but a great majority. This is not what they've been sold. It's not. And it is a big disappointment for a lot of people. And while you're young, you can do something about it and make better choices in the quality of man that you allow in your life. And it also goes vice versa. If you're a man that's been taken for a ride, take quality people in your lives. Recognize when people are not good for you. Reverse the roles always. But guys, look into relationships, what it entails to have a healthy relationship. What does it entail to have a healthy man? What is his role as a man? What is he supposed to be doing? What does it mean to be healthy? What is dysfunctional behavior? You need to know these things. Because if you do not get educated about these things, you're going to waste a lot of your years on wrong people, where you could have focused your time educating yourself, building up your money to be independent, right? Just in case something happens in the future. Because you can also end up being the man that he decides to leave you. And what are you going to do if you're not in the workforce? Right? You need to be smart and you need to be educated and you have to have a backup in your life. You cannot be dependent on people, especially people that change as the years go by. You want to be with someone that you're both changing at the same time and that you're on the same page and heading towards the same goals, that you've got the same mindset. And there are ways to spot people like that and ways how to remove them from your life by dealing with your traumas, by dealing with all the generational stuff that your parents and your ancestors has been through, and you can overcome that. But you need to put in the work, to recognize all of these things and protect yourself. Absolutely necessary, because it is dangerous out there. It is dangerous territory, because not everybody is looking for your highest good. Most men just want your coochie, okay? So your coochie is quite valuable, right? So let that be a lesson for you. That is a very big lesson for you. Your coochie shouldn't be given for free, and it should be reserved for the people who is valuable and worth it, because your body is your vessel and it's your health. Any person that you put in your coochie that is not vibrationally aligned and healthy, it's gonna be making you unhealthy, and it's not gonna be protecting you. It's gonna be making you much more confused, and it's not gonna be in a good place when you're choosing a partner that's not okay. And you need to research into things about all of the manipulation that men can do to you, so you can protect yourself and you can choose a beautiful partner who has worked on himself and who can be a good partner for you and the future generations. So we stop having mentally unstable people, because most of the healthy people nowadays do not want to have children. Why? Because they'd rather be single in their happy hormones rather than be in a relationship where it just brings them misery and they're not happy because they're not truly loved by the other person. They're being used, perhaps because they're cooking or they're looking after their children or they're doing services all the time and errands, and a lot of the men might not be putting in the work, right? So they choose to be single. And a lot of single women that I know are very happy. Would they have liked to meet a compatible partner that is 50-50? What the other person gives, they can be on the same page? Absolutely. But until then, they can happily rot alone. Most women out there that know who they are, they love themselves, they don't say to themselves that it's 100% sure that they're going to end up with someone, because you don't know what the future has hold for you. And the question is, you've got to be in a space where you really don't care if you do meet a partner, if you don't meet a partner, because you're not dependent on that for your happiness. You have your own happiness and self-love within, and then another person who is the same like you, and you guys can go both on mission towards that joy and fulfillment. Talk to you guys later.